Hello, happy Friday. So I'm going live because I want to use this as a tool to record this video. I definitely want to be a resource for my home buyers. For those of you who don't know, my name is Andrea Washington, and I am a real estate program instructor and a full-time real estate agent, currently licensed in DC and Maryland, soon to be Virginia. So I get phone calls all day long in regards to the process of home ownership. I work with a nonprofit organization called Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, and our mortgage program is much different from anything you have ever seen. So even though we have very informative workshops, I always find that when buyers reach out to me, they lack some information and they have a lot of questions. So I wanted to do this video to ensure that my buyers are fully educated. But I will start off by saying congratulations, you are qualified. That's where I meet my clients. Once they've gone through approval, they are qualified. And I encourage you guys, if you are not familiar with the NACA program, go to NACA.com and get as much information as you can. I will say there is no program like our program. You may have heard some things as far as the program being maybe long or tedious, but I will tell you this, that is highly relevant to you. The more serious you are, diligent in getting your necessary asset and income documents in and working with your mortgage counselor and the professionals, the better your experience will be. So if you are looking for home ownership that involves no down payment, no closing costs, no fees, and no credit requirements, I repeat, no down payment, no closing costs, no fees, and no credit requirements, then this is the program to you. So I am a real estate program educator. This is what I do. I'm an instructor. I teach people how to use other people's money to own real estate. I'm an advocate for ownership, assets over liabilities. So again, back to the premise of this video, I want to ensure that my buyers are educated. They know how to use these programs to purchase homes to live in. We are advocates for home ownerships, homes that people tend to live in. If you are an investor, that's awesome. I love investments, but this program, my efforts are for people who are looking for homes to live in and have a legacy to build for their families. So again, I'm doing this video to educate you because I firmly believe an educated buyer is a powerful buyer. Even when it comes to getting a loan, getting resources, when you show people that you are willing to take that time to invest in educating yourself, you show them that you are serious. So that's why I go out of my way to ensure that my buyers are fully educated. All right. So the first step, you're qualified. You've gone through the whole process. You've given them all your bank statements. You've given them your W-2s, your tax, everything. They've gotten all up in your business, right? And they've qualified you. One thing I tell people, you'll notice that the NACA program is not like any other program. Normally they qualify you for a purchase price, but we qualify you on a monthly payment amount because it's based on affordability. One thing you will learn throughout our program is that we promote financial literacy, affordability, and financial responsibility. So the theory is, if you can pay XYZ a month in rent, you are eligible to qualify to pay that amount in mortgage. Simple, right? It makes sense. But that's not the way that a lender typically approves you. But because of our program, we are able to afford people who would never have the opportunity for home ownership. That's why I'm super passionate about this program, all right? So once you go through the process, again, NACA.com, get registered. We have a workshop tomorrow morning in Southeast Washington, D.C. We just did an Achieve the Dream workshop in Baltimore, a 5-day event where we qualified hundreds and hundreds of people on the spot for home ownership. So there are plenty of resources. So I encourage you to connect with the next workshop or the next Achieve the Dream event in your area. We did Hampton, we did Baltimore. We had people coming from all over the country to get qualified because ownership is that much of a big deal, and a program that offers you no money, no closing, no credit requirements is a big deal. So people are taking advantage of this, and I definitely recommend you do the same, all right? So once people come to me, they are approved, and they kind of, being that this is a different type of program, they want to know what's next, right? So my job is to guide them and ensure that they are educated, so now they know what to do with their qualifications. All right, so I reiterate, NACA approves you on a monthly payment. This is your max payment amount, your mortgage payment. This includes principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. All right, so this is a number that they've given you based on affordability. So your first step as an empowered and educated buyer is to see what that monthly affordability, that monthly payment amount will get you in the area you desire. So I tell people all the time, my job as your real estate agent is to get you the home of your dreams, not find it. I encourage you to community shop, drive by properties, do your research, and ensure that the properties that you are interested in meet your needs aesthetically, also location wise, and they have the things that are your non-negotiable items on your home search list. Do your research. By the time you get to me, your agent, you need to know where you want to live. My job is to ensure that your best interest is always represented, that I negotiate on your behalf, and I do my best to get you that home. But you need to know where you live. So the first thing you need to do, and I'm going to use our calculator because it's an excellent resource and it will be a #1 tool as you're using this program. Once you've identified your locations, you're going to take the monthly mortgage amount that they've approved you for, and remember, you don't have to max out at that amount. Say for instance you're approved for $2,500 but you only want to pay $2,000 in your mortgage, you can use $2,000 as your gauge. All right, so I'm going to take you through the steps of using our NACA calculator. The thing I love most is we work with you from start to finish. So you come in, you go to the workshop, you get informed, you get educated, then you're assigned a housing counselor, a mortgage counselor, someone that qualifies you, and then you have an in-house agent, which is me, someone that is fully knowledgeable on the program to walk you through the steps to closing into your home. You don't have to leave under this umbrella. We ensure that we are with you every step of the way because home ownership is the goal. All right, so you've gotten your purchase packet. You now know how much you qualify for. The next step is to see what that qualification gets you where you want to be. So you've done your community searching. You know you want to live in Bowie. You know you want to live in Fort Totten, in this neighborhood because the schools, whatever. You've done your research because you're an educated buyer, right? Your next step is going to be to see what that looks like in terms of a sales price. Because remember, nothing is like the NACA program, all right? So I'm around. You're going to go to NACA.com. You're going to go to purchase. You're going to go to purchase program. The first thing you'll see, and I'm super excited about this, our rate just dropped to 3.125%. Hello? You don't see that anywhere. I will say we have the lowest rate in the nation. No down payment, no closing costs, no points or fees, below market, no credit score consideration. That's amazing, right? All right, so that's the first thing you're gonna see. Remember, you go to NACA.com, you go to purchase, and you go to purchase program, and it's gonna bring you this screen. Next, you are going to go all the way down. These are all the people who have testimonials as far as their rates, right? The beauty of the NACA program is we have amazing rates, but you have the power to buy down your rate. And I'll go into that a little later in the video. All right, boom. So here is your mortgage calculator. This is going to be your #1 resource when doing your home search. So you were giving a monthly payment amount. This is what you're going to input in desired monthly payment amount. So say your monthly payment approval amount or where you like to be is $2,000 and you like to live in the Hyattsville Landover area, single family home, right? Our current rate is 3.125 for a 30-year loan. The Maryland tax rate is 15%. DC is currently 11. All right. You have now generated a purchase price of $361,000. That is how you use this calculator, right? That is your first step. So when you're looking at homes, you want to ensure that you're setting up your filters on Realtor.com, because we do not use Zillow over here, okay? No Zillow, all right? Redfin is a great resource. They have pretty much up-to-date listing information, and this is the number that you're going to use, the purchase price, to set your filter. So I want a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom home in Landover, Hyattsville, and you're gonna plug in that amount under, and it's gonna send you listings and properties under that amount. So that's why the more educated you are, the more empowered you are. So this calculator is gonna be a #1 resource for you. Now I'm gonna turn back around, because there's another amazing component to the NACA program that most people know about, but they're not 100% sure about, right? All right, so this is the other component. So when we go to this calculator, we'll see buy down amount and interest rate buy down. So I will start with the buy down amount. So say you've been saving for years, right? And before you knew about the NACA program and knew there were no fees, etc., and you saved $10,000 for the purchase of your new home, or you may have gotten it from your mom or somebody, right? Let's go. Let's put this rate back to 15. So you may have gotten some money, saved up some money, whatever, right? $10,000, $10,000, right? Boom. Whew, that's 100,000. Not that number. Okay, 10,000. 10, 1, 2, 3. 10,000. Boom, right? So do you see how that purchase price increased? So the beauty of the NACA program is that we have amazing rates, but you also have the ability to buy down your interest rate. And it sounds super complicated if you're not familiar with interest rate, mortgage, and real estate. But understand this: the lower your interest rate, the higher your buying power. You see how this number right here increased from 360 something to 380 something when I put that buy down amount? The lower your interest rate, look, it changed to 2.46 because I invested $10,000 and something dollars. The lower your interest rate, the higher your buying power. Another key component, understand this amount can come from you. It can also come from seller's contribution. That's how you buy down that rate. I will say right now it's a seller's market. We're not getting too much seller's contribution, but there are some options like new construction that allow you to get seller's contribution and use it to buy down your interest rate. That's the amazing part of the NACA program. Now next, right, I want you to look at this. With NACA, one of our current lenders is Bank of America. We have Bank of America is offering a grant. And this is as long as the money is available to home buyers. And this is upon date of ratification. Ratifications mean you found the house, you're under contract. Upon date of ratification, as long as funds are available, with our program, you qualify for an automatic 1% buy down. So today's interest rate is 3.125. With the Bank of America grant, before you invest any money, and I'll take this 10,000 out, right? Before you invest any money, when you qualify for the grant, your interest rate goes down by 1% to, based on today's rate, 2.15. Boom. Look what happened. Your purchasing power went from $360,000 to $399,000. So now you can afford a home at a higher price rate. So I tell people it sounds super complicated. Now I'll explain to you. For every 1% of the sales price, you are able to buy down your interest rate for a 30-year mortgage by 0.25%. For a 15-year mortgage, for every 1% of the sales price, you are able to buy down your interest rate by 0.5%. And I know it sounds super crazy and super complicated, but that's why I am your #1 resource to have you informed on this program, your real estate program instructor, so you can understand. It's really as simple as this. The lower your interest rate, the higher your buying power. The lower your interest rate, the higher your buying power, all right? It's nothing like this program, so just keep that in mind. So if you have money to invest that you've been saving, it can come from a gift. As long as it can be sourced, you can use that to buy down your interest rate. You can also use it to buy down the total loan amount, right? Today's current rate is 3.125 with the NACA program. We haven't seen these rates in years, all right? So again, the premise of this video is to educate you on what you can do with this qualification with the NACA program. A lot of people come out of that hour and a half workshop purchase program and they still are not educated. So my job is to ensure that you can take this qualification and find you a house. Again, as your real estate agent, my job is to get you the house. Your job is to find the house. So go to NACA.com, click purchase program, explore that calculator, and find a home that fits within your qualifications. There are lots of options that are available to you as a new home buyer, and I encourage you to do your research, do your due diligence, and buy now. The Bank of America grant may not be available much longer because it is a grant. It's as funds are available, and it's also based on the date of ratification. And ratification is a signed contract by you, the buyer, and the seller. All right, that's when it's solid. It's a binding agreement. That is when your interest rate locks in. So today's rate 3.125. It dropped yesterday. Major. I got a client locked in yesterday, and I'm super excited because that has totally changed the dynamic for her. So I encourage you to buy now. I'm hoping this is helpful because this is the tool that's going to transform your life. So when you find properties, run it through the numbers. Of course, we will send it to your mortgage counselor to give a thorough review that will include the taxes, any HOA, insurance, things like that. But this calculator is a powerful tool so you can get into a home that you qualify for. Of course, I am a powerful resource to you as well to answer any questions you may have. But again, and you'll hear me say this multiple times, an educated buyer is a powerful buyer. So make sure you are educated on the process. NACA is an amazing program, and it allows people opportunities that they would not have normally had. So it's great, but take advantage, be educated, be empowered, and go out there and own something. As always, I'm your favorite real estate agent, here to serve your real estate needs. So feel free to reach out to me with any questions or concerns that you may have. You can do my real estate questionnaire and register for priority to work with me at actionwithaj.com, spelled the regular way, ActionWithAJ.com, actionwithaj.com. Send me a registration, give me some information if you are already a NACA member. If not, I encourage you to register for our next workshop. We have one tomorrow in Southeast. Get all the information you need, but get empowered, get out there and own something. Ownership will change your life. Owning real estate will change your legacy. So get to it. Assets over liabilities. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Much love. Until next time, you guys. Peace.